this is Sabine at Cross Keys Crafts with day 24 of my 28-day Christmas card challenge. Today with another stash buster. If you are like me, you've got lots of washi tape. I actually have decluttered mine recently and gave quite a few away, but I still have these, and these are lovely Christmassy ones that I bought really cheaply. So because they were so cheap, I bought 2 packs, but this means I've got a lot to use up. And what I actually did last year, and still was stuck with these, so I'm using them this year, are these backgrounds that I created. And all I did, I chose some of the washi tapes that go together, which is this one, because they've sort of got a grey background. I chose these two, the robin and the Christmas pudding, and I decided to go with the silver snowflakes on this one because I thought this went well together. So all I did was alternate the ones with the motifs and then just put these in between the plainer ones. And I just started in the middle, just pop the strip on, go diagonally, because it's so much easier to not look wonky if you do that. And I just stuck them down on the back because this will go onto the card base anyway, so that's all hidden, and it means it's all neat at the edges. If you cut them off, you're more likely to catch them and peel them off again, because washi tape never really sticks down too well. So this is the one I did, and also leave some gaps. Again, it hides a few sins if you do that. And the other one I chose, because this one was more, had more green in it, more colour in it, I kept these together, but I alternated these different motifs because I thought they all went nicely together. And I used some of these last year. I think I just stuck a felt ornament onto them. I'm sure I had some bears made out of felt, but these are quite busy, so you can check again the video I did on busy backgrounds. But today I want to show you something different I can do with these to tame these down. For both of them I have chosen one of the motifs on them. On this one it's the gingerbread man, on this one it's the Christmas pudding. And what I wanted to do is I put a band with a sentiment across, but I also want to have a bigger motif on them. And the gingerbread man was easy because I've got this little fella anyway, and so I've got the die cut for this, so all I need to do is colour this in with white pen and then put the black behind the face. But I didn't have a Christmas pudding die, but this is very easy to make. All I did was I took my circle die and I cut one bit out of brown cardstock. This is the darkest brown I had. And then I cut myself another piece out of my homemade glitter cardstock. I'll link to the video below where I show how you make that. And all of then, and the other two things I did, I cut myself 2 of these leaves. They came with my poinsettia dies, but they work perfectly for the holly decoration, so I just referred to the image here on the washi tape. And I've got some beads ready, some rhinestones and some pearly beads. I'm not quite sure yet which ones I'm going to use. So this is going to be very easy to put this together. I'm going to show you at this one, and then at the end of the video I'm going to show you how the gingerbread man looks. So as I said, I've chosen I picked a piece of white card. So this is just scrap. Wherever I cut it off, I always keep these. This is an idea from Sasha Reed. She's got a mug on her table. I actually have got 4 mugs on my table where I just stick these in, and if I need any scrap paper I can use these. So I'm going to make sure that when I line this up, I want to make sure that the motif actually fits on the side, and probably push that a bit over. So you see I haven't cut it down yet because I wanted to be able to move it around. So I'm going to stick this down now. You can decide how far up or down you want it. I'll just go down with this. You could, if you wanted to, even fold it round the corners. I might do that afterwards. I'll have a look now. So yeah, I think I just sort of in the middle. Make sure you're straight. This is why I always use my grid in the back. So make sure I've got enough glue. That's perfect. So, and then I just need to stick my circle down. So sometimes my glue gets a bit, what's the word I'm looking for, solid when it's too cold in the room. I find my glue was much better in the summer. Don't know if you experience the same thing. So, oh yeah, don't know if I mentioned that earlier. I just used my normal nail scissors to cut that into shape. Just drew a little bit on the back and then I just do it like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. People will recognize it as a Christmas pudding. So set that a bit higher. Don't want it exactly on the circle. You want it to look like it is actually a coating that sits on the pudding. And then I just need to stick these down. I'm going to speed that up now for the video. There we go. As you could see, I hadn't planned for this. Well, I realised when I stuck the leaves on that because we've got the layer of the brown plus the glitter layer and this underneath, the leaves were actually not flat down, so I just backed this back up. That's actually sits on the background. I backed that up with some foam squares, and the this lower part of the leaves sits on the pudding then. So I've just added the 2 beads there. Also, I didn't mention earlier, I cut off the stalks of these because obviously we don't need those. So this looks very much like now the Christmas pudding. I'm going to add a few specks of brown there, as it is in the image. Just use my normal alcohol marker, just a few little dots. That looks like the dried fruit. Could obviously do that beforehand if you wanted to. So all that's left to do now is for me to cut off the excess here. I'm just using my scissors for that. Always do it from the back. It's easier to see then. There we go. And this is going on a card base now. I'll have a look in my stash what colour I'm going to choose. You can just pick up another of the colours here. I might just go with white on this one. I think with this one, because it's a lot of green in there, I might actually go with some green. But as I said, I'll show you in the end video how this looks. I hope you like this idea on how to use your washi tape for Christmas cards, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next video.